If you're the kind of person who, when trying to understand something, likes to strip it down further and further, getting closer to the very core of the question, then there are topics that, once they take root in your mind, can drive you almost insane in a surprisingly short time. The questions voiced in this video demand intense focus and deep reflection. So if you stumbled here by accident and you're not ready to absorb heavy material, do yourself a favor. Close this video. Go watch some Let's Plays. Curiosity isn't unique to humans. Many animals possess it as well, but only humans are capable of asking questions. There are exactly two a priori questions that stand above all others. Two questions more important than anything else. If you've ever asked them, even once, then you're already thinking more soberly than most people on this green ball called life. Let me clarify right away. These questions are equal. They're inseparable. Either one can be first or second. You'll soon understand why. The first question is simple, yet terrifying. What am I? Thinking about this can be dangerously engaging. After all, everything that you are exists inside a box not much larger than a decorative watermelon. Think about it. Your entire personality is packed into a tiny fragment of space. Every memory, every experience, every desire. And in the end, you are that voice inside your skull. The one you don't notice until you think about it. But what if we dig deeper? In 1970, two German psychiatrists, Gross and Feutzer, decided to conduct a small experiment. Their project was carried out at a clinic in Tübingen, affiliated with the University of Hamburg. They built a small room and called it the anechoic chamber. And it truly was silent. Sound-absorbing material covered the walls, the floor, and the ceiling, isolating the interior from every external noise. Gross and Feutzer began placing test subjects inside. The goal was to study social isolation and sensory deprivation. The longer a person stayed inside that room, the stronger the impact on their psyche. After prolonged exposure, subjects experienced severe perceptual distortions, eventually leading to hallucinations and other deeply unpleasant effects. More than that, these conditions broke people not only mentally, but physically. Psychological disturbances disrupt the autonomic nervous system as well. That chamber could have been a perfect torture device, leaving not a single mark on the body. The public reaction to the silent room turned out to be anything but silent. After heated debates and discussions about the side effects, the experiments were suspended in 1973. By now, some of you may have guessed why I brought up this experiment and how it relates to our first ontological question. Let's imagine that technology has advanced far enough to completely disconnect your brain from all sensory organs, remove it from your skull, connect it to life support. You no longer see, hear, touch, feel anything at all. Absolute darkness, whatever that even means. You are completely alone with yourself. All that remains are images, memories, and internal communication. In other words, that same inner voice. So what happens to your consciousness? Under such extreme sensory deprivation, thought processes begin to collapse rapidly. Thoughts become chaotic. You can't focus. You can't think sequentially. Even the simplest mental operations become impossible. Soon, visual images from memory escape your control and manifest as hallucinations. Nervous exhaustion sets in. Eventually, you turn into a vegetable, and then, most likely, you die. A subtle thread runs through everything I've said so far. The essence of consciousness itself. Does it exist at all? In the first scenario, we stripped the brain of sensory input. But what if we strip it of something else? What if we erase memory? Not local amnesia, total deletion. Every memory, including language. In the first case, you still had inner speech, images, recollections. But after such formatting, what remains? Would you still be there, inside that box? And here we approach the second a priori question. What is actually happening around us? This question is broader, deeper, more serious than it seems at first glance. Why is the universe the way it is? Why do physical laws operate exactly as they do? Why this, and not something else? And no, I wasn't exaggerating when I said this question is inseparable from the first. You see, as we've established, the entity inside the box receives information indirectly through sensory organs. You assume the world exists out there, at a distance, when in reality it's inside your head. Look around: the street, the lamp, the pharmacy. Everything you have ever seen, heard, or touched is nothing more than a picture constructed by your brain, and it never once left the boundaries of your skull. An entire universe inside your head. In the near future, advancing technology will allow us to connect the brain directly to a computer and upload any external reality we want. And maybe, just maybe, the thought has already crossed your mind. What if you're the main character in some kind of game? What if the world isn't real and everything revolves around you? And damn it, maybe that's exactly how it is. Maybe this video is just a way to reach you. This idea has a name: solipsism, a philosophical doctrine that denies objective reality and recognizes only one's own consciousness. Everything else, solipsists argue, is nothing more than cardboard scenery generated by the mind itself. Solipsism has always been heavily criticized. Arthur Schopenhauer once said that solipsism could succeed only in a madhouse, so perhaps. But no one has ever been able to provide truly conclusive proof that objective reality exists independently of a perceiving subject. Can the universe exist without you as an observer? Sounds like a stupid question. But not to theoretical physicists. For them, it's a serious one. Enter the anthropic principle, from the Greek anthropos, human. In its simplest form, it states that what we observe must be limited by the conditions necessary for our existence as observers. We see the universe this way because only such a universe allows us to exist. Think about it: fundamental physical constants, the speed of light, the gravitational constant, Planck's constant, the masses of the electron and proton, the electron's charge, are tuned with astonishing precision. Change any of them even slightly, and galaxies, stars, atoms, and therefore life become impossible. So what is this? Does everything exist for us? Or do we simply live in one of countless universes where life is possible? Where is the cause, and where is the effect? We may not find out anytime soon. There are weak and strong versions of the anthropic principle, and one variant of the strong form is the participatory anthropic principle. It states that a universe without a conscious observer does not attain the status of reality. Why? Because only the observer can collapse a quantum state, reducing all possible states of the universe into a single actual one. And if you didn't understand a word of that, remember Schrödinger's cat. As long as the box is closed, the system exists in both states simultaneously. That's called superposition. And as absurd as it sounds, the cat is both alive and dead until you look. Likewise, the universe exists in multiple states until an observer appears. Without observation, the wave function never collapses. Everything remains unresolved, forever. It's a crude analogy, but extrapolate it to the entire universe and you'll grasp the essence of cogito, ergo mundus est. I think, therefore the world is what it is. So next time someone tells you, get off your high horse, the world doesn't revolve around you, feel free to accuse them of baselessness and shaky assumptions, because with your death comes the death of the universe, your universe, and maybe not only yours. Of course, all of this remains theory, but by attempting to answer these two fundamental questions, we approach a provocative idea. What if the brain is, in essence, a quantum computer? Some scientists believe exactly that. And if so, quantum computation may be the key to understanding the most mysterious functions of the human mind. But that is a topic for another time. Thank you for your curiosity.